side. Lems is actually on the move. They're trying to reposition themselves. There's a lot of time, and you want to make sure that the push and the gambit goes off at the right one. The grenade and the E1D pop together at the back end. A great bit of play. They're pushing in. The same swing comes around, but EFAC's able to get rid of the buck, and J90 keeps driving across. Spiff hits the big shot they needed to. That's one more for J90, and it leaves just Alem. C4 still in hand. Will he get the planter? He gets the cover instead. So we get into the post-plant situation, 2 versus 1. They knew where he was. They know where he's probably going to come up from. How does he isolate the fights here? It's awkward. He's got the close swing to his right-hand side. And he takes that out before anyone can even blink. The last is inside the gun vault, and he can't make the matter. His Spiff gets the last of the first round. To try and force a first fight, they have to see if they can get an engagement when this grenade doesn't quite have the impact they want it to.
A lot of damage done by Bride, but he instantly gets shut down. The trades continue. Spiff locking up on the front door into the trophy entrance now. Alems finds one, and that means they only need to find the one left. Maestro Camera will be giving away the information. The pings will be there as well, and the 2 remaining players of BDS will start falling back. He needs to hunt them down, bring it to 1v1s, and he will do just that. Entering the statue room, all he needs to do is start hunting for that diffuser. There is a player in the corner as he was just being sprayed by. He does not land the first. It's Alems with the drop shot that will land the round for BDS.
Where EFAC is tucked, but with the opener, it's kind of the big risk because he doesn't have a route out. Everything is watched. The C4 delivery system, right on time, signed, sealed, and sent straight to shuttle. But at this point, with the first bodies gone either side, the pressure is still coming above them. There's EFAC takes J90, takes the room back, takes himself some control over the far end, and Spiff gets caught out. I'm not sure if that was just a spray up top.
Frost mat.
Oh, the frost mat.
Oh, okay, Ranchiro was right below him with a shotgun there.
Oh, and then he got shot from the opening.
All he needed to do was just send a single shell onwards, and Force now finds himself in the side after he opens up. But Lem's right behind him, and Gapkin Trap blows up right in his face, brings him back down. But now it's a 1-on-3 situation. Leakefak on the clutch. If he can find the 2 on the left, they're both just a single bullet. There he goes, lines them up, but now he's well, and Iconic finds him.
Traps, guys, fucking traps.
Moving up, and so he'll do exactly that, hoping to clear out the red stairs and see if he can go for a bit of a pinch. Leakefak is still hiding there, however, and he's going to be able to find that kill. Has a C4 still in hand, and he's going to go down below to use that now.
J90 in the meantime, he's made his way into the site itself. They've known that a player was slightly further away. Shuttle couldn't quite get the distance covered. They're concerned about the swing coming through. There's not a huge amount of time left. They're angling and eyeing up and sees the side. A triple kill for J90. He's going to see if he can start the process of the plant. Just around the corner, the C4 on the wrong side of the door. There's the swing, the first and the second. And EFAC finds the tail end of the round. Well, we know what we're doing, and it's slipping on by a minute 25. And there is at least still a big bit of pressure. There's Iconic on the small box, getting one more. And there's Iconic cleaning the floor of the footprints by removing the people that left them.
Gives them the advantage they need. Now they're aware of the fact that a player is just hiding in that same corner out there. Red ping comes through, Shuttle finds Bride. It's just going to be a matter of time now until the rest of BDS will be found. As it's only up to Ranchiro, he's going to get pre-fired. There's no way for him to live. And Astralis, they find themselves with that 3rd round.
You can't turn off your heart, sorry to say. Draw the romantics there from Valentine's yesterday. And here it is though, Spiff has got himself right tucked in on Memorial. Pre-fires in the swing. I mean, Ranchiro gets the kill. There's the follow-up that's going to come through. The cover is there, but look at Iconic and Shuttle in the sight. On the back end, the 2 of them drove themselves in on the back of the motion. Lems finds J90. It's a 2 versus 2 technically, but where do you go? Where do you hide, and where is the approach coming from? Shuttle covers some of it. Gets the lockdown. They need to find a bit of safe. Oh my word.
But he's like 2 meters beside it, see? So he's going to be trying to use
word. This is like 5,000 IQ. There's the plant, there's the drop. Unfortunately ran out of time. Maybe expected the Solus to have moved away. There's the second reveal. And with very little amount of time, Iconic trying to find somewhere that's invisible. Unfortunately against Solus, that just does not exist. Maybe trying to waste out the time of the glasses, but...
There you go. Okay.
Can't make the connection in time, they pull back. Fair enough. You're looking at not a huge amount of time, and BDS haven't really been able to drive into the site. The flashes force the player on the corner away, and it's caught from the top of the stairs. Shuttle, he's locked in, loaded, waiting. The swing through the smoke goes into Alems, but then gets the end of him because of the damage done, leaving just Renshiro. 20 seconds. 2 players still on the board. He's expecting to be swung already, but you can see that Astralis have pulled themselves back. They're all the way tucked in behind. They've got a 2-tier firing line, 1 crouched, 1 stood. As soon as he goes 2 steps wider, you assume he's going to get shot in the face. Oh, or he just doesn't go.
45 seconds. It is going to be up to the remainder of BDS to make something happen. Now, Shaiko is aware of the fact that someone's in the walk-in closet. Leak-Effect will find a first on the actual statuary room. The damage done towards Iconic. Forrest is the only one that's free to play wherever he is right now. Shaiko does not connect yet to Iconic. He's going to go on the hunt. Takes a little bit more damage, actually. Now potential run out is being explored by the smoke player. Leak-Effect takes a lot of damage. He's going to go on the hunt himself as well, but Iconic with a bit of a flick takes him down. It's only up to Shaiko in a 1v2. 10 seconds on the clock. Can he find any? The pre-fires come through. Yes, that's 1, but he's going to be on a single shot of HP. And a rotate comes through. Forrest is down below. The camera will be giving away the information. He's just going to be... No, I was going to say he's just going to be walking through the Syrian laser gate to give the kill. But not the case.
Nobody wants to get into a fight from a tunnel.
Don't think they're actually going to be using it on BDS. I think it truly was just a distraction move and just like a be worried about this.
Oh, Forrest though. Great connection. Iconic with a rotate up the top at the same second, and well, it doesn't matter if they're being pinged, you're just running away from it. There's a bit of motion right inside the middle. Alems still heavy hitting with the rifle, but look at the timer. They have to drive to the site. They're trying to find the right through. Spiff gets 1, gets Shaiko. They're going to break open the back end of China, get that covered. They're seeing if they can get the cover down on the kit itself. Alems, they're swinging all over the shop, and there is Astralis. 3 rounds.
It's not his most dangerous weapon. It's going to be his gun that he's playing with. Alems coming up from behind. It's going to be opening up the study door. That gives away his game. Make sure that they're aware of the fact that the pressure is coming. Spiff goes aggressive, finds none as he gets shut down. Only up the Forest now. He gets shut down as well. BDS find the first out of 3. They need to survive and push for overtime.
He doesn't want to take the flank yet, but he wants to know that he can take it later on, and they can't watch it. The fight on the side of the chassis holds the angle, but it's 2 people trying to force themselves through a single angle. There's the drive. They're going for the plant. The swing is EFAX to take. There's a fight right inside the cubby. Iconic locks 1, can't get the next, and they just get it secured. Wrong side of the shots.
Solace not really in the right position or not having the right information to land the shots with the P90. Should have been a deny on that diffuser. That shouldn't have gone down, but it did. And that means it's now 2-on-3 clutch. Leak-Effect, the first one to find contact potentially. Gets 1 shot down into J90. Gets it down in the meantime as well. Meeks makes it that 1v3. And Forrest gets shut down. Doesn't get very far. Shaiko with that final kill.
So almost got himself caught there. EFAC did not expect it, so didn't get the catch. Renshiro is the first gone. The Solar swings and Shuttle gets the next. Right on the small break. EFAC is going to see if he can try and push himself up the main stairs. It is being watched close out, and Spiff definitely saw that engagement. Puts them into the 5 versus 2. Alems is caught by the hop out. And it's just BDS against all of Astralis. They seem to have a very good awareness in where he is. He doesn't have the time to go on a major rotate anywhere else. He's just got to sort of try and make his way around here. But it's a very awkward site to get in. The pre-fires, the angles, the sprays, shoulder damage and a shoot back. There's the trade out. And Astralis take their map. Goes for it. Spiff's holding the angle. And that time, they suffers a bit of damage. The blinds in the back end are blue. They're forcing the player into an absolute hellscape of smokes, blinds, and flashes, with J90 getting 1 on the back, and Iconic moving amongst the madness. Alems, though, he's able to stop at least the kill. They've dropped onto Moto, and Iconic doing everything, swinging which ways and around to take them out. Cannot quite find the connection with Shaiko, and brings us into the 2 versus 3, 45 seconds. Shuttle, he's going for the plant. EFAC's going for the rotate around the back end. Shaiko gets Spiff and a post plant, 3 versus 1. They know where he is, though. And BDS, they're able to open up here and take round 1.
However, to try and reply for it, as of yet, Impact Grenade again used, means that the bathroom will stay partially shut.
J9, he's getting his eyes slowly around the corner, and there it is. Alems on the back gets Forest. They tried to hope the fight would swing in, but BDS is swinging everything right now. Shuttle, he's caught out between a rock and a French place. And EFAC is the final one with a statement. BDS, some of this control, and he has the hatch if he wants to take it. He doesn't take it in time, but he doesn't get the connection, so he's still forced elsewhere. They know he's off, and Spiff is still on. Alems, though, stops that trainer rolling, and they have some vertical control. The angle's above Renshiro. He's about to be under a bit of pressure from the hatch. Alems, he's able to win out one more, but Iconic has the cover they need. It is just Forest with the kit. And they're on 2 different stories right now. Renshiro is on one. EFAC's holding underneath. They're just waiting in a showdown when you can start to hear some of those cowboy tunes playing. Who's going to be the quickest draw? The movement comes across. They're looking for the fight. It's the other side of the bar. The C4 is looped. And the only thing being served is a glass full of French champagne. It's what we talked about and what they talked about in their timeout too. You don't just make a breach, you make use of the breach as well. Alems and Shaiko, they bite back via Moto. They get it crossed off on the swing round. They're waiting for a little bit more of an appearance on the hatch, and Shuttle, he's not entirely sure where to swing, but he gets gifted the head of Alems, and he almost finds a second follow-up immediately. J9, pressure on the back end, Iconic, pressure down the middle, and suddenly Astralis have been able to wrest control of the body count in this round of 2 versus 2. But with the plant being secured, will Shuttle be able to get up and pop off? There's the first. He's looking for the second. A rotate is his! And Astralis get their first round. Root right up the stairs, ready for the call of the Banshee. There's going to be a swing of a heavy hitting gun. I said he can play that, and Forest with the swing up. J9 gets one, Alems gets one right back. Shaiko goes down. They're inside gym, they're locked in. They've been able to slip their way right the way up. A 1 versus 2 technically, but can get the player up. They have time to go for the plant. Shuttle's getting the blind at Spiff with the swing round on the back end. Gives the game and can't get the connection. Shuttle, once again in a clutch situation. He's waiting, hoping somebody is on the other end of that, and we are holding our breath, but the call of the motion is one either side. BDS, look how much health they're on. It won't take much. Shuttle's just got to try and make that connection. The smoke goes on the back end. He's running out of time for plant. He's got to try and bait some of this. He's got to try and bait some of the pressure. He's now moved himself all the way right in, and BDS pulled the round back. Stop them, the Kaid. That's where they're happy to sit, the French.
Effects being used. Successful.
Very dangerous.
Forest is inside. Drops are coming through as well. Shuttle, if you manage to get that plant down. No, it's a swing from the dirt tunnel that stops it from happening, and that keeps BDS in a good spot here. Forest moves on. Spots one, goes for the second, but does not quite connect. Leaves it only up to Spiff in this 1v3. With the fuser down on the ground, is he going to go for the recovery, or is he going to go for the kills instead? He will find one. Almost dies by the bandit wire up on the wall, or the Cade Claw rather. If he steps too close again, that will be the end of it.
Still with a smoke canister in pocket as well. If he wanted to, he could just end this by throwing that down, not knowing how close Spiff is towards the end. Well, we are at the end of the half. 5-1.
And that is going to be coming with this blowtorch, opening up a line of sight.
Oh!
Survives. But a player hidden in the corner out there is going to be more important. Shaiko walks in, finds one, and survives for the second as he's trying to take the fight there.
They suddenly just exploded. Shaiko on the back end, the blue gets it. J9 has just swung on, and Spiff is suddenly all alone. BDS decided it was time to strike. They struck. And Spiff, he's going to see if he can get all of them on the back. A secondary take here. Reloads, has time, doesn't have much room. Could open himself up a bit of a rotate, but not all the way around, so has to go with some width. Cannot find the connection. BDS, they sit on map point. And Spiff's holding onto the bathroom. There's been a rotate up the stairs. Iconic, he's made himself a little bit closer towards the fight. The grenade rolls through. The pressure is on him, and he knows his number's been called, but 20 seconds. If he's drawing attention, that's a good play. The spray comes against it. Spiff's able to get out of there. Bride's going to see if he can stick the plant. With Shuttle moving a drone round maybe to stop this. It's making its journey. It won't get there in time. And it's a post-plant situation. They can only read and watch and see if they can pull the players. Iconic Holding himself onto Lounge, onto Pit. The swing up doesn't quite go their way, but it's a trade at least. Brede gets one more. It's all down to Shuttle. We are going to map 3.
Become a bit of a problem later on, where he just suddenly pops up in a bit of a flank and hopes to strike true. The thing is, if BDS completely ignore that side of the map, and if they just straight up go for an opening near Dragon, there's not much he can do. He can fall back through split, but at that point his side might have already fallen.
Oh, barely any time here, and Renshiro going down. They've got to see if they can break themselves through the side. Brede and Alems, they find one apiece. Iconic is above, drops into the fight, cannot quite get the connection.
They know exactly which angles to slowly work out, and just look at the amount of vision that Renshiro has right here. Break room is basically completely open. There's no safe space to go there, but the one worry BDS have right now is the 30 seconds left on the clock. Diffuser in hand as Alems just swings through. It's going to be able to drop one, and suddenly it all goes to BDS.
I don't even understand. They decided to try and take the fight on the side. Iconic can't get his way back up the stairs, and from 20 seconds and nothing to 10 seconds and a technical, I was going to say 4 versus 1. It's a 3 now. They're down getting the plant down. They finish off one player. The pistol for the end. No, do you wait? J90 also got the cap kill. It's J90's round. Himself tucked, I believe, on the opposite end of split right now. Yep, juiced around, holding on as the fight happens onto Cafe. Renshiro is caught in a dangerous place, and there's the catch onto Iconic, the end of it, and suddenly 2 back here. Shuttle and J90 are able to find 1 apiece, including Revenge. Living in a world with a bit of time pressure here, and at this point, it's only going to work a little bit more in their favor. I mean, last round, it was no time, and it ended up not their rounds. Here, it's turning into potentially a similar story at some point. It doesn't matter if you're in a 3 versus 2. If nobody's on the floor of the site, they've now just got to try and run in. They weren't watching the clock. There's an easy pickup. The second is going for the plant, and that was just confusing. Just cannot get the side of the Azami, the rotate back round. Astralis still have a player on the back end of the top floor waiting and watching, and they're more than ready to come in with the pressure rotate later on. You know, tucked in close for the fight, and they aggressively leaned in to try and get the bandit charges, 2 of them. Caught out by Spiff swing there. And you know, you assume if these rounds keep going this way that we're gonna get a BDS timeout, because you got a 7.
Door behind him gets opened up, so Shuttle decides against staying there. Instantly moves out, and there's the push we were talking about.
I mean, trust in it. They're inside the site. They dropped out through the wall. Spiff had a punch hole, and he's able to get a Lems, but EFAC does find one in the meantime. Shaiko gets J90, and it's a close fight on the door for Renshiro to just finish out. There's a rotate coming underneath him from Lab. There's only 1 on the site itself right now, and Spiff, he's able to get the first. Huge take. Gives the game away where he is, and he's probably desperately crying out for a teammate right now, because he is not in a good place. Sees the back end, almost gets the punch kill before Forrest locks it in, and Spiff gets it down to a 1 versus 1 with Forrest having the last play.
Still someone hiding. Do they know? The drones are not coming through. This is going to be a free flank for Iconic. He is moving in. He will find one, and the diffuser instantly goes up to the mess, and he gets the second, but not the third. Lem shuts him down.
Damage is done. A slight rotate round. The watch on the opposite end. 30 seconds have passed. Now they move. Fair bit sooner than the last time. The first reveal of the first player, the grenade, all the way tucked in close, but it's all time that's ticking away. It's a bit of a firing line, and they have a great split push set up here. Close in on the plant. The other side of the soft, Renshiro, he's getting through the wall. He's going for the fight. They've got to get the kit. They can't quite get the fight, and J90 is safe.
The entire time, but with this, they've given some safety to a player if they wanted to go into side of split. Renshiro and Shaiko both pick one up. Shaiko does get taken down, brings it to a 2-on-2. Shuttle with the diffuser is on the ground now, and that means that BDS, all they need to do is just sit tight, and they'll be able to win themselves around. Renshiro swings and gets the kill.
Sure, and also obviously there's a meat jammer there likely. However, EFAC, he's found his way around the back. He's looking for one. The second can't quite get there in time. Spiff. Luckily for them, Shuttle was able to get the breach down. The C4 is a little bit late to the party, but Lems finds J90. Spiff does find Renshiro. They're still trying to push the drive here, Astralis. They're still saying, well, we started, let's finish the motion, and suddenly it's an even hand and a 3 apiece. They're watching for the rotates on the back. He's been under so much pressure. You can see Astralis is hunting him. Iconic. He's not going to be able to take that without just taking the damage, which he can't afford right now, but you got to make sure you're confident in the engagement straight after. Spiff is in the site. EFAC removes Forest from it, and there's suddenly just Spiff left alongside. Bride on the back end. Doesn't have the diffuser, doesn't have the fight. BDS.
Oh, that's for his door, so he's going to have to run back. No safety for him there. Spiff quickly entering the arcade stairs, being shut out from the mezzanines. Forest and J90 explode on them, though.
That's it, over the back end, they swung in. Alems, he's trying to bite some of the bullets back, and suddenly it's a 3 versus 3, some team damage, but they're able to win it out. A 6-12 kill, but it's a 2 versus 2. Out of nowhere, on the pillar, but they get in a bit closer. Bride with the pistol, cannot quite shut down Shuttle. And they're going for the plant once again. They're sort of baiting the motion here. There's one in control, but Astralis, they have so much time. EFAC's just hoping that he can force the engagement, sees the end of one, expected that to turn into a fight with 2. Cannot get the swing round, and now it's a post plant. They can have 2 guns up at all times. He's going to find it very tricky here with only 10 bullets left in the clip. The reload has to be called. Both of them have put pressure on. They're either side of the pillar. They are forcing the fight, the slight motion, and he's still just struggling. There's one. The second's on his left. He has 26, but Shuttle. Close roll of the grenade to break their way open. They might move behind it. He's so tempted, but he needs the call. The peppered pre-fire on the back end, the breach on the barrel side, and they're in, and they're out. Shaiko on the back, Renshiro, but Forest was already tucked in a corner they did not quite know about. Iconic's able to find the back end on the killer. 2 versus 2, and there's EFAC doing his best, but he's isolated in the wrong end of drug. They have the kit in the back end of sight. They don't quite have the confidence to go for the plant, but with 20 seconds left, they have to try it sooner rather than later. They're baiting for time. They're watched on the camera. They know as soon as they went for something, they wouldn't really get anything. They're gonna not quite get the pop of that, the call of the Malusi, the swing of the big guns. There's the second. BDS fights for at least 1 more round. 2 left in the divide. Rotates round so he can. He's more than ready and able. Does he know that they've pulled back? He does not. EFAC was sat waiting in the back line, and the Shuttle now, he's going to wait for some support to come alongside.
It's just a bit of lack of information there. Drone should have checked out defaults to find out if the player was in there. I'm sure we'll find J90 before Shuttle just gets a free rotation, a double kill as well. And that's going to be the double man advantage now given back towards Astralis. They will lose 1 more. LM strikes with the MK14. The remaining players now coming in from initiation. There is a rotation they can use, but as soon as they do, there is going to be multiple guns aimed at Shuttle. He's low on HP. The camera will be giving away the game, and as the candela pops out, they need to make a move now because they've just used their last pieces of utility.
They're driving around. He wants the bulletproof. He doesn't have the teammate, and he slipped his way back round. He's onto the rotate. They're watching from the back end. He knows it's on the camera. He's able to find the first. He does not have a lot of time here, and he's trying to isolate these individual fights. Someone died over here. Someone's dying around there. BDS, they are on round 5. They are 1 round away from putting us into OT. Calm, still this pressure. Cafe and Spiff rotating his way back up the yellow stairs, back up towards that corridor, cut the fight. Iconic goes down. There's J90 instantly with 1 back, and he's pushing his way all the way up towards the site. The ping's on the player. They're moving to the rotation. They're concerned about the loose fight to the right-hand side. Lems, he's under a bit of engagement. Shuttle's going for the plant. Bride, how close is he? They don't know! He's crouched, but there it is, J90 with a triple. It is just the Lems left in a 2 versus 1. The man, the IGL, the noise for the team. 30 seconds to see if he can try and stop this plant and play. They're on the wrong side of the door. They swing and he can't find it. It's a trade! And Astralis to the stars, never gave up, made sure they made the most of it all. And you see it on Spiff's face there. You cannot deny he's been a huge part of this for the team, but to be fair, all of them are the drive.
It is Astralis that will move on. It is them that will be playing in front of the crowd. And the reigning major champions have been defeated.